It was 6 o'clock in the morning. I woke up from my sleepy stupor, still so sleepy. 8 hours. Sleep. Still sleepy. No REM. Why this? Full of piss and melatonin gummies, I made my way to the fridge and chefed up an exquisite bowl of time-bewitching incense. I sat my fat ass down at my computer, ready to create an ingenious program, and saw that the Fantastic Four teaser countdown was going live. So I popped in for the release of the trailer at 7 a.m. I saw the whole first family come out to the crowd at the Space Center and wait exactly 4 minutes to get to the 1 minute and 38 second teaser, which was pretty funny because it was like that was all that they were kind of there for, unless they did shit after. But I couldn't stop thinking that somebody had to come out and say, all right, y'all need to leave now, we got shit to do. But there was a great energy about, and that was followed by an even greater teaser. Guys, this teaser is exactly what I've been waiting for. This is absolute pure sauce and very hopeful for the MCU. I love the retro futuristic aesthetic so damn much. Very Loki-esque, almost a bit WandaVision-y, and I would also say very Captain America First Avenger. Like, this feels not too far removed from that aesthetic, and honestly a natural progression of what could have been from that first Avenger timeline. Not that it's a different timeline, but like I could see how this progression would go from where we started there. The Super 8 frame, the music, the emphasis on family. I need Hope Core type shit, okay? I'm not trying to stay doom pill. Pun may be intended. The Baxter building looks incredible. Very intentionally, I feel it's reminiscent to the Avengers Tower. Benjamin Grimm, you're beautiful, my guy. I love the design for the thing, and also I think the render is quite solid. We got the unibrow, the suit is immaculate. He's a normal size and he has pants on. And those baby blues, how could I forget? The only thing I'm a bit mixed on is his voice, but I'm assuming when he gets mad it'll get more gruff, but overall I dig it all. I'm assuming this whole cooking bit is a meta joke for the bear, which I still need to finish. Herbie, I love how throughout the belly of the teaser we get Reed expressing his guilt for everyone's condition, and we get Sue just being the most amazing woman ever and reassuring the Mr. Fantastic that everyone is still themselves and everybody's okay. We get the Ben Grimm, Raphael trench coat look and body image problem displayed. They did a great job with the original, so I'm curious how Marvel plans to explore that now. I absolutely love the lens flare when Johnny starts flying in the bokeh. It just makes everything that much more immersive, and the flames look really good. Also, I love Sue's suit with the white neck, but the way her powers look is fucking incredible. They actually showed live footage of me on my way to the Crashing Out convention. I'm trying my hardest not to say fantastic like 58 times in this video, but damn, this prism effect is insane, and Vanessa Kirby looks just absolutely gorgeous here. Some of the shots also are composed and lit just so well. Jess Hall and Matt Chapman did serious work here. Like, everything looks beautiful. Set design especially. The fire in the sky is, I'm betting, the Watcher warning the crew of Shalabal, the Silver Surfer of this universe, like in Fantastic Four 48 from 1965. Because remember, guys, we are in technically another universe, okay? This is a whole different timeline. Apparently, there could still be a Norrin Radd out there somewhere. We shall see how they play this, although I'm truthfully a bit disappointed that I will still not be seeing Norrin Radd after all this time waiting for a Fantastic Four movie. We still have to wait to see him. I'm excited to see what happens with Julia Garner's take on Shalabal and the Silver Surfer, and how it even comes to be that she becomes the Silver Surfer instead of him, and how that'll play out once Norrin does get into the picture. I have no idea who John Malkovich is playing, but it's been said he could be Red Ghost, which is an OG Fantastic Four villain from issue 13 in 1963, and he was like this Russian scientist who recreated what happened to the Fantastic Four on him and his apes, his crew, and from that he gains intangibility, and the Watcher kind of has them compete against each other on the blue side of the moon, which apparently that was the movie's working title. I don't know where they'll find time for this, what with Galactus and his heralds coming through, but it makes sense that the vibe is very much space race here. If anything, maybe he's going to be like an aged up Franklin Richards, who knows? Apparently that's who Galactus will be looking for, and besides rumors of Franklin being in the movie, people have been saying Sue looks pregnant here. We got the big beastie we've all been waiting for in non-cloud form, okay? I love the shadow casted over the city, the display of scale, the helmet looks super celestial. Ralph Ineson's voice is gonna be booming, which is gonna be insane in IMAX. We saw Reed on that whiteboard and what looks like the bridge, so the prevailing theory is that Galactus will need Franklin Richards to restore his dying world or universe even. But if that is the bridge, then that's how they will get into the main MCU. And I bet there will be like some post-credit scene when they arrive. Either that or they arrive on Battleworld. I'm also very curious as to the involvement of Doom in this one. I can't imagine him not having some presence in the movie, especially with his movie coming up. And the teaser ultimately culminates with this shot of the whole gang in very Beatles inspired fashion, and those suits are just unreal. I love them. I cannot wait to see more. Now, this was just a small teaser. We didn't really get too much from the characters, right? But I am very hyped for July, even more than I already was. I think this movie is almost even in response to the DCU, and this is what I've been wanting. And let me just explain that. So this trailer is amazing, and it's not like we haven't seen good trailers from Marvel Studios before, but if you recall, Fantastic Four was announced back in like 2020. It was for a time going to be released in 2024, then it got delayed to February 2025, then May, and now it is set officially to drop in July, just 2 weeks after Superman. And I think because of the Fantastic Four's past adaptations, even though I have a tremendous fondness for the 2000s movies, well, they haven't always been the best and never really took off like they probably could have. And I think they are truly about to hit their stride. I was worried because they started filming when Superman was just barely finishing filming. I didn't want anything to be rushed out essentially. So the fact that this trailer looks so damn good is extremely impressive and reassuring. But I think the Fantastic Four is something they have had years to lock in on, and they came in over prepared, and especially to have the balls to put it up against Superman, which is like coming from DC's side, not really that big of a feat, but especially coming from the position that Marvel's in, which I mean, they've had a movie cross $1 billion last year, so they're not exactly struggling, but there have been some hiccups along the way for sure. And especially in recent times, the mood around Marvel has certainly soured. People's trust in them to deliver has been higher, to say the least. So to say, fuck it, we're putting our first family against your first guy ever, we're putting our wholesome core against your wholesome core, and we think we can get more asses in seats than you. Now that is awesome. Of course, Superman has way less room for error, because if Fantastic Four is received just okay or even bad, we will still have big movies coming out. They can very well still afford to make them because of things like Spider-Man 4, Secret Wars, and like the X-Men coming down the pipeline, which are pretty surely going to print money. But I think Marvel placed it there deliberately to test their mettle, and I love that. Like the competition that will exist, especially if Superman hits a bill, and if Fantastic Four doesn't, which I think regardless, Fantastic Four will do very well box office wise and otherwise, but I'm sure Marvel Studios is just gonna be chill about that. They're not gonna devise a new strategy to try and compete, to get an edge on DC. I feel like you can only release these movies a certain amount of times per year, so having a competitor now that can actually give you some competition, now that the wow factor of a lot of these Marvel characters showing up, barring the X-Men of course, for the most part is gone, you can't just rely on that anymore, you know? You have to dig deep and put out good movies. So I think because the DCEU's first few steps were received so poorly, it never was in competition with Marvel, especially with how much motion Marvel had at that phase 3 time. So I think we'll start to see Marvel get crazier with what they do, because they'll have to compete. And I've been waiting for this, and I'm so happy that Fantastic Four is getting the chance to start that tradition between the big two. But let me know what y'all thought of the teaser, whether you liked it or not, and any predictions that you might have for the movie. I am all ears, but that's pretty much it. If you liked the video, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below, and if you want, subscribe. I always appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope all of you guys are well, and I'll see you in the next one.